As I always tell audiences, I'm going to take you on a journey into a remarkable story. And to start this journey, I want you to be thinking about 3 questions. So question number 1, would you be willing to help others whose lives are in great danger? So think about that for a moment, and it's actually a tough question. Question 2, would you be willing to help others whose lives are in great danger, knowing if you get involved, you probably put your life in great danger? Would you still help? And question 3, would you be willing to help others whose lives are in great danger, knowing if you get involved, you probably put your life in great danger? When these people who most need the help, most everybody else wants to hate them or be indifferent to their plight, would you still get involved and help? And Two Among the Righteous Few is a true story of this Christian couple that in a time period when most everybody said no to those questions, they said absolutely yes. True heroes. Franz and Mien Wijnakker, the 2 heroes of the story. This young married Dutch couple during World War II, when Netherlands was under the terrible occupation of Nazi Germany, they did what most didn't do, which is they got involved to help. And in the end, they saved the lives of over 24 Jews. So here's Franz, as he now gets into his secret rescue work, and the gossip has been traveling, and Father Simons, who has to know everything going on in his parish, picks up this word of mouth that something's happening here, and he confronts him. You don't lie to the parish priest. He's a Catholic, and that there is some division there. And how dare you save Jews? What are you wasting your time doing that, let alone all the danger? And of course, if the Germans come here, they're going to take it out of me. And what's interesting is how Franz dealt with that, because he wasn't defiant in his manner, but he's basically saying, and they're people too. They killed the Christ. Well, not these Jews. But they're not going to be in harm's way. They just go to a camp. No, Father, they get murdered. Because it's not just the Germans you had to worry about if you were involved in work like they did. You had to worry about some of the Dutch as well. There were Dutch Nazis, and the Germans, the Nazis, were willing to pay bounties for people who gave up others. So you have all of this tension and danger in terms of what they did that makes it so remarkable and unusual. And it's like many others of the righteous who got involved, many of it just started by accident. It was a call for help. Where most would turn away from it or turn them into authorities, Franz responded with yes. And he meets that young girl, false identity named Freitje, real name Shula Laub at that time, and he takes her home. And the next thing you know, he gets her little brother out. Down the block for her was the French. And there's Anne, who's with her, or Anna Frank, to say her name correctly. And so that was just part of life there until the occupation got bad. With their 4 little kids, by the way, under the age of 5. And then among the 24+ Jews that they saved was a young married couple similar in age to them. And when that couple had arrived at their home to stay, the wife was already pregnant. And you talk about a near impossible situation to deal with under Nazi Germany occupation. They performed a miracle, they got the baby born, and just shy of 8 years ago, I married that baby.
So I was born February 10th, 1944 in Holland, while my parents were in hiding. I was the only Jewish girl in the schools. So there was one raid on where they were, and my mom and grandmother were hidden above the ceiling in the hallway because that's where my dad had put it. But he didn't have time to go, so he went in the closet and hid under clothes. And my mom said, and the Nazis came in and started to stab everywhere with bayonets. So what they went through, Franz really believed in doing what was, right, and that he was totally unprejudiced, which is almost unreal. To know that, life is worth more than hatred.
See, this story is about, no, people need to come together. You need to help people who are in need of help. That's what they're doing. And it was in a world of indifference. That's, in essence, what perpetuated the Holocaust. Not just the hate that's going on. It was the indifference. The world didn't care. They were going to look the other way. In essence, not trying to stop a wrong happening is as much as the wrong happening sometimes a problem. And the other piece that I always say, why we're doing this, we get to pay tribute to them. They deserve it.